In this module, we're going to be looking at editing in arrangement view and how we can use the arrangement view to start building out a composition. Now, there's some differences between arrangement view and session view. The advantages to session view is you can click to record, you have easy playback, loop sections. It's an easy way of creating things on the fly while you're looping the different times, and it has a more live feel to it. Where the advantage to arrangement view is it's a more linear approach to music. It's better placed for things with epic swell, modulation, and stories that have a beginning to end. So session view is more of like a jamming session that you're just going ahead and playing different parts and playing around with ideas, where arrangement view is you're creating a composition, creating a story from beginning to end. Now let's look at navigating arrangement view and how we can start using this for building out an idea, a track, or a composition. Now, here we have this track, and I'm just going to play it. And you can see that when I play it, it's placed from the very beginning, and it's just going to keep going across linearly. So whatever this texture is, it's going to drop out here. We can see that it changes. Now this will continue all the way through what this track is. Now there's a few different ways that we can start navigating this. First one is zooming in and out. Now you'll notice, let's say I'm in here. Well, how do I get around anywhere? And that is if I come up to here to my time ruler, you'll see that I get this magnifying glass. If I click and go up, it zooms out, go down, it zooms in. I can also go left and right. So this is a very easy way to just kind of grab the ruler and move around. It'll take a little bit to get used to that movement, but once you do, it's actually very easy to know what's happening to your set and kind of moving around by zooming in and out. You can also use what's called the follow function. So if I zoom in here, I'll zoom in quite a bit, and I'm going to play this. Now I don't see where my current playback is. And about now, there it is, and it's going by, and now it's passed. But if I go to options, follow, now it'll keep that in the center so I can see exactly what's happening to my different waveforms. You can also use this button here, which is the follow button. So it's off, and now it's on. And that's a great way to be able to see what's happening. And I can also like zoom out and then turn on follow. Great way to just watch your track move from beginning to end. Another way that we can zoom in is up here with the arrangement overview. So I can just press that and zoom in and out. So you can kind of see that it represents what's happening in my arrangement. So over here, we can kind of see the colors of the clips. And we can see there's a lot more clips here because it's a more solid block of color and so on. So I can just come in here and zoom in. That's actually a really great way of zooming and moving in your track. Now, a few other things you can do is you can shrink these. If you want to just change the way you're viewing it, you can fit a lot more tracks in this way, and you can also expand it. You can grab this, make it bigger and smaller too. That's really helpful when you're editing. And just like in the session view, I'm over here, we have these different things I can do: returns, sends, IOs, mixer, and so on. Well, in arrangement view, I have the same type of thing. I have the IOs right there. I can extend and shrink, my returns, my mixer, and so on. One thing you see is I don't have a send button. That's because you always see the sends right here. They've changed a little bit within the mixer. And the mixer, let's see that in session view. In session view, we have a volume here. We have a panning. This is a bypass on and off, solo, record, and so on. Well, if I go over to my arrangement view, my mixer is right here. And my volume is this, instead of having a fader. And then I also have my sends are these. This is my panning left to right. And then I have solo and record. Takes a little bit to get used to, but once you do, you can see that it's made to be much more compact and fit in a smaller space. That way I can have multiple ones and see them. Now, let's say you want to play this track. If you want to start it from the beginning, you just press the space bar. And if I hit the space bar again, it stops. And if I hit it again, it plays from the beginning. Well, sometimes I don't want to play from the beginning. So there's a few things I can do. One of them is if I select this clip, if I press the space bar, it starts from that place. Or you can use what's called the scrub area, and that's up here. Now, up at the time ruler, you'll see that I can zoom in and out, but down a little bit, you'll see that little speaker symbol, and that means playback. So if I press it, it'll just play wherever I press. Now you notice sometimes it blinks. That's because it's waiting for it to be in time. So it stays in time of whatever your global quantization is. So if I set it to none, or if I set it to a bar, it'll always make sure that it lands on the bar.